continuing to ruminate, think about the dinner I had with the managers and assistant managers of Jeff's Auto Repair. Do you know that there are locations where the parents and grandparents who have had their cars done there over generations come in, and the management teaches their kids how to take care of their cars? Oh, it's not an organized program. It's not something at which Jeff's makes money. It's something that the communities have asked for, and so some of the Jeff's locations have done that. They pride themselves, they concentrate on being a part of the community in that way and in many other ways. It's also evident in their work. 3-year, 36,000-mile warranties at all their 5 locations for their mechanical repairs. Handle anything from oil changes to making sure you got the safe wiper blades on. They do it with a smile, and they do it by learning your name and your kids' names. Join this incredible family. Go to jeffsauto.com, make an appointment, request a loaner car. They do those too. That's jeffsauto.com.
Have you noticed a lot more men smiling around town? Universal Men's Clinic has treated thousands of patients. That's thousands of happy men who have a greater zest for life. If you don't have the energy, stamina, or strength like you used to, or having problems in the bedroom, you could be our next happy patient. Call us at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit universalmensclinic.com. A $199 office visit may get you smiling too.
I'm Charles Arakaki, a doctor at the Universal Men's Clinic and a happy patient. I was feeling old and I thought it was my demanding lifestyle. I started feeling loss of energy and stamina. Having treated thousands of patients with low energy and sex drive and seeing them improve, it hit me. My symptoms were similar to my patients. With the modern medicine at Universal Men's Clinic, I'm now enjoying a renewed quality of life.
Call us at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit universalmensclinic.com.
We used to have pest services come out to the house, and our dogs would have to bark every month and freak out because some guy's walking around spraying around the house. Then I learned about American Crawl Space cleanouts. Once they get out to your house, or your business for that matter, and they determine if there's a pest problem, they rid your house of the pests. They get into the attic up there or down into the crawl space, which is somewhere I never want to go, and they look through the subfloor. They clean those spaces out. They put in the where it's applicable, the new insulation, so it's spanking dry. They seal the spaces up. But instead of coming out and spraying every month and freaking your dogs out, they monitor the space to make sure the pests cannot return. So that allows them to guarantee their work, and that's earned them an A+ with the Better Business Bureau, and Angie's a Super Service Award winner. Call Mark and the team at American Crawl Space Cleanouts, 800-244-9993. Make sure you ask how you can save money with a rebate from your local energy utility. American Crawl Space Cleanouts, 800-244-9993.
You're listening to The Todd Herman Show, live and local on AM 770 KTTH, Conservative Talk Radio.
Talk radio sounds like an NFL thing. And that's when John Elway stepped behind center and with a look of steel surveyed the field. Decided to become a Republican, run for governor of the state of Colorado. So politically, what's gone on since the speech? There's a confluence of polls that show that this thing hit home with the all-important people who pay very little attention to politics. That is the independents. If you're new to the program, one of the things you should know is we try to organize the thoughts and happenings in politics into axioms and make things easy to understand. Here's an axiom that you should know. The more loyal you are to a political party, the less it cares about you. That's not a statement of coldness, it's a statement of math. Political parties traditionally have have limited resources. So when they're trying to win elections, they want as many people in the sold to them camp, belonging to them camp as possible. That's why independents matter. Because sometimes we'll talk through these sort of political analysis segments, and I'll get emails from people saying, Trump didn't need the independents to win. Why do you keep talking about it? Well, he did need the independents to win. He will need them again. It's a shockingly small number of people who decide the presidential elections every year. Because ask yourself this, are you going to vote for a Democrat in your lifetime? And ask your leftist friends, your Democrat friends, are they going to vote for Republicans in their lifetime? On presidential bases, It is the swing votes within swing districts of swing states, and it can come down to 1,500 people, for real, who can turn this all around. At the most, 15,000. It's a remarkably small number. That's why we talk about the independents. They like the speech. Okay, some of the things the president hit on the themes are going to be very, very helpful. Here's what I hope to see in the next 12 months. I want to see businessman Trump. I want to see businessman Trump with right-hand CFO Mick Mulvaney. I want to see businessman Trump with right-hand person CFO Mick Mulvaney traveling the country with other cabinets, talking about draining the swamp, but in a feature benefit form. Here's what this means. The president spoke last night eloquently about the problem, and he talked about the fact that people who are going to die are banned from the FDA from taking an experimental treatment. So the FDA is saying, we would prefer to have you die rather than die. So we prefer to have you die painfully rather than die accidentally with this medication. And the president spoke very eloquently about this.
We also believe that patients with terminal conditions, terminal illness, should have access to experimental treatment immediately that could potentially save their lives. People who are terminally ill should not have to go from country to country to seek a cure. I want to give them a chance right here at home. It's time for Congress to give these wonderful, incredible Americans the right to try.
The right to try to live. This is a theme the president could use in healthcare because according to a new poll, healthcare is the top issue for Americans again. And believe it or not, that monstrosity, the perversion of Obamacare, is now at 50% approval. Americans are so fickle and so silly, they're now being scared that, oh, Obamacare is going to go away. You mean you might be able to pick your doctor? And I don't want to go off on a healthcare rant because that's my linchpin issue. Because I know when the government controls your healthcare, they control you. I just will not give in on this. So the president, in a feature and benefit form, can say, Congress must act to give you the right to save your life, and it's simple. If you are terminally ill, no one has the right to tell you you can't try to live. If you want to sign up for a trial drug, you should be allowed to do that. That is your control. Okay? You should say that. But it's part of a theme. The rest of the theme. You should be in control of who cares for you. That's why we're so concentrating on opening up the market. And the president spoke along these lines that can be they can be shifted to be point on for this conversation across the year, since healthcare is the top issue of Americans. He talked about moving 1,500 employees out of the VA because they were failing our troops.
We are serving our brave veterans, including giving our veterans choice in their health care decisions. Last year, Congress also passed, and I signed, the landmark VA Accountability Act. Since its passage, my administration has already removed more than 1,500 VA employees who failed to give our veterans the care they deserve. And we are hiring talented people who love our vets as much as we do.
Now, the president said remove, not fired. Here's why. He can't. So as he goes on this tour of the country in this 12 months, and he speaks to people, businessman Trump, he says on stage, you know that I couldn't fire these guys. They failed at their jobs. They failed to serve our troops. They should be fired, and it's not me. The director of the VA wants them gone. Their bosses want them gone because they failed our troops. They should find other work. This isn't for them. Even I cannot fire them. That's how upside down we are. So then the president, again from the speech last night, on a theme. Bad government employees should be fired, and you should never have to put up with a bad doctor, and we want choice. And the choice comes from an open market. And he did call on Congress last night to do something that is absolutely overdue.
Tonight I call on Congress to empower every cabinet secretary with the authority to reward good workers and to remove federal employees who undermine the public trust or fail the American people.
Now, how could this be controversial as he speaks about Americans' health care? As he speaks about Medicare and Medicaid, and some people are in that system, far too many in my judgment. As he speaks about protectionism, and as he expands this to medical choices for people overall. That the lockup of the big major insurance companies has made it very, very difficult to track down who made the mistake. It's not just your doctor, it's your doctor plus 16 paper pushers. Trump the businessman. Trump the businessman talking about lowered costs equals more access, equals more competition. Trump the businessman. Now, it's not healthcare, which is the number one concern, but the president is bringing jobs back. Well, he's not, but in fact, the tax cuts are demonstrably, quickly. Brilliant act of public relations to quickly show these job investments coming back. Brilliant. Was it conceived, Kabuki Theater? Yes. Except the results are real. The investments are real. The jobs are real. Those aren't theater. And the companies, they don't want to pay $700 per hour accountants and attorneys and tax lawyers. That's a drain. It's a non-revenue source. They want people who produce revenue. So on this theme, the president spoke about the difference between the olden days, when we built the Empire State Building, and the way it's gone today.
As we rebuild our industries, it is also time to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure. America is a nation of builders. We built the Empire State Building in just 1 year. Isn't it a disgrace that it can now take 10 years just to get a minor permit approved for the building of a simple road?
This theme around the country, what blocks jobs? We've taken care of the taxes. That's bringing jobs back. It's bringing investment back. What else blocks you from working? This is what decreasing regulation, not ending it, but decreasing it, downsizing it, right-sizing it, rationalizing it. This is what it delivers to you. A building to be built this year, not 10 years from now. Now, I don't think the federal government has any damn business building any roads unless it's a federal highway, period. It is more expensive, it is more complicated, it's a mess, it's a shell game. The president and I disagree on this. I understand completely the political reasoning for it. I hate the economic reality. So let's just be clear on that. But he is very set on this. So with that, then, he needs to say, buildings built today, not 10 years from now. Airports built today, not 10 years from now. No, of course they need to be safe. I want the best airports in the world, the president should say. I want the safest roads in the world. That can be done without a 10-year delay. Businessman Trump taking the tone of last night on the road, speaking in feature, we're cutting regulation. Benefit, so you have jobs today, not 10 years from now, 4. That, I think, creates a juggernaut. Real. An A-plus speech into a juggernaut. We'll come back on the Todd Herman Show, get into your emails, social media posts, other forms of communication with the show. If you're late on that, one last thing you can say, you got to pop in. Hit me up on Twitter at Todd E. Herman. Don't forget to download our app. We'll make it easy. Text KTTH to 98973. We will send you back a link appropriate for your smartphone. It's like raising your hand and voting for conservative radio. Now, we'll check traffic, right-way traffic.
Entertainment capital of the Northwest. To Cairo Radio Real-Time Traffic, I'm Tracy Taylor.
Brent and Hartley on the Wilcox family farm, raising seasonal questions.
Dad, I've been wondering.
What's that, Hartley?
Well, when it's as cold as it's been, I know I can just put on a jacket to stay warm. But how do the chickens stay warm?
Great question, Hartley. First of all, chicken feathers are similar to a down jacket. When they're inside their hen houses, they're protected from the rain and wind, and they gather close together to stay warm.
You mean they snuggle together to stay warm?
Yep, like when we watch a movie.
Dad, don't put that on the radio.
Too late. Love you, Hartley.
Dad.
Wilcox Eggs. Great in any season.
Some of my favorite places to find Wilcox eggs are Whole Foods, PCC Natural Markets, Metropolitan Markets, Higgins, and Costco. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat, pre-peeled, hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
It's no secret the real estate market in the Pacific Northwest is extremely competitive. It's also no secret the Pacific Northwest is one of the hottest real estate markets in the country with double-digit market growth. So how do you compete? Well, you get a team of experienced lenders on your side by calling Keel Mortgage today. They'll answer your questions, find the best loan program for you, and get you pre-approved. Throughout the loan process, they're responsive. They take you from the initial phone call to moving day with ease and expertise of a seasoned professional. Keel has been helping people become homeowners long before the internet was in every single household and there were coffee shops on every corner. For over 3 decades of experience, call the local mortgage company that cares with timeless values and timely advice. Keel Mortgage has the longevity and the experience to make all your home purchasing dreams come true. Call 888-778-KIEL or online at keelmortgage.com, CL 53969.
When you're looking to hire somebody new, it can feel like nothing but a numbers game. You ask yourself, how many resumes should I look at? How many interviews should I do? How many places will I need to post? But the most important number is one. The one candidate who can help your business grow. That's why last year, hundreds of thousands of businesses used LinkedIn Jobs to hire. When you post on LinkedIn, you reach 22 million professionals exploring jobs every week, most of whom aren't looking at job boards. And to make sure people with the right skills and experience are seeing your job, LinkedIn uses its one-of-a-kind matching technology to find the best candidates for your opening and prompts them to apply. That's probably why businesses say LinkedIn Jobs is 40% better than job boards at delivering qualified candidates. Ready to find that person who can have a real impact on your business? You're closer than you think. Go to linkedin.com/Seattle today and get a $50 credit toward your first job post. That's linkedin.com/Seattle for your $50 credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Tonight, people taking advantage of legal loopholes to bring pets in
restaurants, in libraries, grocery stores.
How a new state law aims to protect legitimate service animals and bust pet imposters. Tonight at 6 on Como 4.
Pat Sajak and Wheel of Fortune have been entertaining Americans for 35 years.
Honestly, I'd say 34 years. Year 16 was not my best.
35 years of giving away piles of cash and prizes.
Piles sounds too informal. We say oodles.
35 years of non-stop entertainment.
Well, it's not quite non-stop. We don't work weekends.
Happy anniversary, Wheel of Fortune, for 35 great years.
Anniversary gifts are not necessary. Appreciated, yes. Necessary, no.
Tonight at 7 on Como 4.
Hi, I'm Kurt Swanson, host of Seattle Refined. Every weekday at Como 4, we bring you the hottest things going in Western Washington. Food, fashion, furry pets, and more. We bring it to you. If it's trending, we're all over it. Weekdays at 3 on Como 4.
Keep up with the conversation.
Sign up for the Cairo Radio Rundown at mynorthwest.com.
Hi, we're on Facebook Live right now. The Ron and Don Show on Cairo Radio.
Why are you doing dips in your chair?
Huh? Just feeling it, man. Come on, do them with me.
You wonder why the chair is always broken.
Huh? We're on Facebook Live, Ron and Don Show, Cairo Radio. I'm doing some dips because I'm not allowed to talk what Ron's doing. What are we talking about here? Ron, what are we talking about here?
What are we talking about here?
So yesterday, Rachel Bell told us about the most popular class offered in Yale's 316-year history. The class is on happiness. Think about that for a second. In over 3 centuries, why would there be this kind of appetite for one topic
right now. In the New York Times article, they spoke to incoming freshman Alana Mañez. Quote, in reality, a lot of us are anxious, stressed, unhappy, numb. The fact that a class like this has such a large interest speaks to how tired students are of numbing their emotions, both positive and negative, so they can focus on their work, the next step, the next accomplishment, unquote. Now, I'm no PhD from Yale, but I can relate to these 19-year-olds. I've been on this same journey to find happiness the past few years. I've also experienced that same anxiety, stress, and numbness. The profound disappointment of my marriage failing was like a car crash for me. It felt like I had to completely start over. Fast forward a few years, and I can say that I'm a happy person now. But I think it's important to define what I mean. Some people define happiness as grinning ear-to-ear giddiness. Only when they're skipping along on cloud nine with an ice cream cone in their hand are they really happy. Sure, I get those moments from time to time, but that's not how I define happiness. The biggest key for me actually evolved from a phrase in the Declaration of Independence: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. My aha moment came when I realized I was not guaranteed happiness. I was only guaranteed the pursuit of happiness. It's what you put in your pursuit that matters. This is why I think the students at Yale are clamoring to take this course. For many of them, they are pursuing the highest grades. They pursue the best internships. They pursue the most prestigious jobs. And then when they get those things, they find them wanting. The key for me is to pursue things from the inside out, not the other way around. Some folks have been pursuing the wrong things for so long, they wouldn't recognize happiness if it smacked them in the face. The hardest part of this journey is to find the thing that is worth pursuing. The best tip I ever heard on this came from Oscar-winning editor Walter Murch. He said, remember that thing you were obsessed with right before you experienced peer pressure for the first time. Do something related to that, and it'll feel like home. The second hardest part is finding the courage to then pursue. Nobody is guaranteed happiness, but we all can pursue it.
Wow, that's a really good point. And I'm on that journey too, and you're farther along on the journey than I am. I have great respect for you, and you've kind of shown me the way a little bit. It's kind of interesting because on this journey you hear people use the word gratitude a lot. And if you look up the word gratitude, it says the quality of being thankful, the readiness to show appreciation for, and also to return the kindness. And I find that when I'm struggling with something, if I really try to be present with other people, like even specific with my son, if I really try to be present with him, like the other morning he got up and he's like, Daddy, I'm going to add something to our routine. I'm like, what do you want to do? We're doing push-up. And normally I'd be like, oh man, we have these other things that we got to do, and come on, and we get, like, I guess we're doing push-ups. So here we go, we're doing push-ups, we're doing jumping jacks, we're standing up, and it brought, so we were present with each other, and it brought so much joy and so much gratitude, and it was so fun. And then he turned to me, and he's been struggling in school a little bit. He said, you know what, Daddy, I think that this is going to be a great day today. So I think it's just making sure that we don't live in the past, that we don't live in the future, because that's not even real, but we live in the here and now with the people that are around us. And it's also practicing really being thankful, releasing that stuff that you're struggling with, placing your hand over your heart, breathing deep in the morning, taking 5 minutes, closing your eyes, and just, even if it's just in the shower, and really being thankful for what you got, where you're at, and what you have.
If you know you've been pursuing the wrong things, have the courage to pursue the right things.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard.
That is really hard.
But once you start, you gain momentum in that direction.
Yeah. You gain a clarity, and you gain honesty, right? Yeah. That's where I want to go. How about you? Let's check the cars now. Tracy, should get you home tonight. If you have some thoughts on that, send us a text message at 98973, and we'll get to those a little bit later in the show. Top 5 at 5 is next. Hey, you want to win a
for American financing, how would you like to get a $12,000 a year raise? It might be possible just by doing a refinance with American financing. They are showing people how to save $500, $600, $1,000 a month, and no upfront fees. That's really cool. Plus, American financing, their mortgage consultants, they're all salary-based. You may not know this, but in the industry, they're sometimes commission-based, and so your agent could be trying to shoehorn you into a product that's good for them, because they get a bigger commission, not necessarily what's best for you. That's not how they do it at American Financing. So give them a call, or you can go online and check them out, start the process, look into it. They can do a custom.
Back to sleep. I like him better when he's sleeping, which is awesome. We'll get back on the Todd Herman Show on AM 770 KTTH. It's Black Lives Matter Week. Next week in schools, and they're not even trying to hide the naked truth that it's all about leftist organizing, intersectionality, and critical race theory. In fact, they're promoting it.
The New Year's here, and what better time is there to get started on that new home builder remodeling project you've always wanted? Give You Build It a call and find out how to get the home you really want by taking control of your own home builder remodel. Controlling your own project is what You Build It is all about. And with You Build It, you can save as much as 30% from using a contractor. Call 1-800-YOU-BUILD-IT today for a friendly, free, no-obligation appointment to find out how. Or visit YouBuildIt.com. You Build It is the best way to build or remodel.
It's Todd Herman here with my good friend Steve Teitler from Best Mortgage. Something weird's happening to me. You know, I'm almost 51 years old. I'm starting to think about retirement. And I'm one of those guys who, I like to own things, so I own my house. And I know you are the reverse mortgage expert. So how's that program working? Who's it good for?
Todd, homeowners who are 62 years old and have a lot of equity in their home can take advantage of a reverse mortgage and actually get a loan where the bank pays them. And they can pay off debts, they can put money in the bank. It's a great program.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is though, I've heard that's not right for everybody, and this is why I want to work with you if I get to that stage. You will tell people it won't work for them, right? Or it's not good for them?
That's right. Unlike those high-pressure salesmen and out-of-state call centers, we sit down with people and explain the pros and the cons of the reverse mortgage. Because it's a great program for some people, but it's not right for everyone, and we'll tell you the truth.
Yeah, and you will get the honest advice you can trust from Best Mortgage and my friend Steve Teitler. Call Best Mortgage 425-649-6000. The reverse mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Before you can turn your retirement dreams into reality, just a few questions to think about. How do you plan to address longevity? We're all living a lot longer. That means your retirement savings have to stretch more than they did for your parents or grandparents. Does your plan account for that? And what about Social Security? When will you start receiving benefits? There are hundreds of ways to claim, so how do you choose what's right for you? And most importantly, do you have a plan to generate income in retirement? You may have a 401k, IRA, or other retirement savings, but how do you use those to meet your retirement income goals? Has your current advisor asked you these questions? If not, you owe it to yourself to tune in to Real Retirement Radio with Randy and Arwen Becker every Sunday at noon. The founders of Becker Retirement Group discuss the big issues you need to plan for to have a comfortable retirement. It's Real Retirement Radio with Randy and Arwen Becker every Sunday at noon.
Stem cell and regenerative medicine seminars are coming to Seattle. If you're suffering with pain from osteoarthritis of the knee, pain in your lower back, neck, shoulders, hips, or even suffer with joint pain, imagine not having to suffer from pain and doing the things you love once again. Stop and listen. These are must-attend educational seminars on stem cell therapy, regenerative medicine, and advanced procedures. You'll discover solutions for your pain, along with cutting-edge information that could really help change the way you live. With seminars all over the Seattle area, you're just a short drive to one of our seminars on regenerative medicine. You need to attend one of these seminars. Call 206-508-1644 to register for one of our upcoming seminars. For more information, visit www.stemcelltherapyforpain.com. Start living life once again. Call 206-508-1644 to register for one of our upcoming seminars. That's 206-508-1644. 1644.
Have you written a book? Learn how to get it published and potentially sold online and at bookstores. Call Page Publishing now for your free book publishing kit. 800-470-4833.
Seattle's right choice for conservative talk radio. AM 770 KTTH Seattle. Now, the latest from Fox News.
Of the shooting attack. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. That's what some members of Congress are saying after this morning's crash of an Amtrak charter train that was taking about 200 members of Congress to a retreat in West Virginia. Fox's Steve Rappaport has this live.
Lisa, some lawmakers on the train, like Congressman Brad Wenstrup, are doctors and quickly sprang into action.
This group of doctors here and other members of Congress, the House and the Senate, worked together as a team with the emergency medical team that came in to try and do everything we could for these people at a terrible time.
The train striking a garbage truck at a railroad crossing in rural Virginia, killing one person in the vehicle. The crossing has safeguards, including roadway gate arms, but one local resident says those arms were known to malfunction, sometimes staying down for hours. Lisa.
Thanks, Steve. Vice President Mike Pence making a stop in West Virginia earlier today. He's now at the Greenbrier, one day after President Trump's State of the Union address, talking of tax reform at a truck dealership.
Worldwide Equipment is investing more than $8 million back into this business, and this great American company has already given a bonus to every single one of its 1,100 employees.
And Pence slamming Senator Joe Manchin. Democrat voted against the plan, and he faces re-election this year. Authorities in Minneapolis keeping up with federal officials for security leading up to Sunday's Super Bowl.
This is really important. You're there. You'll notice if you do see something suspicious, and if you do, we ask that you let us know, and then we'll track it down and make sure that it's nothing to cause any alarm.
Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, the city has a smaller police force, so federal officials are pitching in. A military veteran charged with 11 counts of attempted murder in Tennessee after police say he threw explosives at officers and stabbed one of them. Fox News, Aaron Balance.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today...
Toyota's reporting a safety problem with some of its cars' airbags. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert has details on the auto industry's latest recall.
The vehicles involved have an electrical circuit that can fail over time. That can keep the airbags from deploying in a crash. While more than a dozen models are impacted globally, only the Toyota Prius and the Lexus NX and RX are affected here in the U.S. All involved are 2015 and 16 models.
At Cape Canaveral.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket blasted off the Florida launch pad carrying a satellite for the government of Luxembourg. In the audience, Luxembourg's Prince Guillaume and his wife Stephanie. Stocks regained some ground after yesterday's big loss. The Dow was up 72 points. This is CBS News.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Find a location at Buffalo Wild.